MATATAG Curriculum, English Grade 4, Quarter 1, Lesson 2. Comprehend informational texts.
Magandang buhay mga bata! Tara, samahan ninyo akong matuto kasama si
Teacher Aika, your online teacher. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell for more videos. Thank you!
Hello kids! How are you today? Are you ready for today's lesson? That's great! Our topic today is about MATATAG Curriculum, English Grade 4, Quarter 1, Lesson 2. Comprehend informational texts. This is Teacher Aika, your online teacher. These are the objectives for this lesson. Comprehending informational text through Number 1, noting important information through outlining. Number 2, outline important events of an informational text read. Number 3, drawing conclusions about an informational text read. And last, number 4, summarizing an informational text read. Let's start! So before we start, please take a look at this poster. What is the poster all about? Very good. This is about dengue. So what important information can we get from the poster? Exactly. So in the poster, we can see the cause, the treatment, signs and symptoms, and prevention and control of the dengue. And how can we protect ourselves from dengue? Okay, exactly. So we can protect ourselves from dengue if we will follow the 4S against dengue. And these are, number 1, search and destroy. Number 2, self-protection measures. 3, seek early consultation. And number 4, say yes to fogging when there is an implementing outbreak or a hotspot. So do you think the poster is helpful? And what makes it helpful? Exactly. This poster is very helpful for us to be aware of what dengue is, its causes, its treatment, the signs and symptoms, and how are we going to prevent and control, right? So this is self-awareness about dengue. Okay, so good job. So now, let's try to unlock content area vocabulary. So, have the students create a word map. They need to draw images, shapes, and or arrows to show how the following words are connected. So, here are the words: virus, infection, sore throat, sneezing, and immune system. Okay, so let's start. Here is actually the example. Okay, first we have the virus, and the virus is a microscopic agent that can cause diseases. Okay, so for the infection, we have, this is the process by which a virus or other pathogen enters the body and causes harm. Okay, and the next we have the sore throat. Sore throat is very common symptom that can be caused by an infection. This is often due to a virus. And that's when our immune system will react. So let's try to answer the following questions. Number 1, or letter A, what are colds? Here's the possible answer. Colds are common viral infections that affect the nose and throat, causing symptoms like a runny nose, cough, and sore throat. Letter B, how do kids catch colds? Possible answer, kids catch colds by coming into contact with viruses, often through close contact with other kids or with other sick kids, touching contaminated surfaces, or breathing in airborne droplets from coughs and sneezes. Letter C, what are the symptoms of a cold? A. Possible answers. The symptoms of a cold are runny nose, sore throat, cough, sneezing, mild fever, and feeling tired. So the question D is, how can you feel better if you get a cold? Here's the possible answer. To feel better from a cold, you need to rest, drink lots of fluids, eat healthy foods, use a humidifier, and the third one, or the last one, take over-the-counter medicines for symptoms. And here's the last question. How can you avoid getting a cold? Possible answer. To avoid getting a cold, practice good hygiene by washing your hands frequently with soap and water, especially before eating or touching your face. Avoid close contact with people who are sick, and try to keep your hands away from your nose and mouth. Maintain a healthy lifestyle by eating a balanced diet, exercising regularly, and getting enough sleep to strengthen your immune system. Additionally, using tissues when you cough or sneeze and disposing of them properly can help prevent the spread of germs. Are you doing it? Okay, that's good. Let's read an article about what are colds, written by Dr. Melanie L. Pitone, published at Nemours Kids Health website. What are colds? A cold is an infection that affects your nose, throat, and sinuses. Tiny germs called cold viruses get inside your body and make you sick. The rhinovirus is the most common cold virus, but more than 200 viruses can cause colds. Unfortunately, there isn't a vaccine or shot to prevent the common cold. But your body already has the best cold cure, your immune system. This is what fights illness in your body. White blood cells are the immune system's main warriors. They're your own private army working to help you feel better. How do kids catch colds? Mucus is wet, slimy stuff inside the nose, mouth, and throat. When someone sneezes or coughs, tiny mucus drops that you can't see float in the air. Breathing in these droplets can spread a cold from one person to another. You also can catch a cold if you touch your eyes, nose, or mouth after touching something with cold viruses on it. Computers, cell phones, door handles, light switches, and your school desk are all hotspots for viruses. Be sure to wash your hands well and often, as this helps wash off viruses you pick up throughout the day. So what are the symptoms of a cold? After you have contact with the cold virus, it takes 2 to 3 days for cold symptoms to begin. You may have some symptoms or some of these symptoms with a cold. Sore throat, coughing, or a tickle in the throat. Second, sneezing or congestion or stuffy nose. Third, feeling very tired. Fourth, mild fever, 37.2 degrees Celsius to 37.8 degrees Celsius. Fifth, body aches. And the last one, low appetite, not feeling hungry. So how can I feel better? Here are some feel better tips if you get a cold. First, bring on the heat. Hot drinks and soup soothe coughs and sore throats while also clearing mucus. Second, get steamed up. A steamy shower helps stuffy or irritated noses. You can also use a humidifier to relieve your scratchy throat and stuffy nose. Humidifiers make room air moist, which loosens mucus. Third is drink plenty of liquids. Drinking enough will help you feel better. Fourth, blow your nose regularly. Blowing your nose is the best way to get rid of mucus. And the last one, you have to rest. Take a nap or go to bed a little earlier for a few nights. So how can I avoid getting a cold? The best thing you can do to prevent getting a cold is to wash your hands often with warm water and soap, especially before and after eating. You can use hand sanitizer when you don't have water or soap, but hand sanitizer won't remove things like dirt and grease. You can also keep your body in good shape to help prevent colds by being active, avoiding stress, eating a balanced diet, and getting enough rest. Doing these things will help your body fight cold viruses better, meaning you might not always get sick when you come in contact with them. Take that, cold viruses. So here are the questions that we need to answer. What are colds based on the article? A cold is an infection that affects your nose, throat, and sinuses. B. Cold viruses get inside your body and make you sick. C. The best cold cure is your immune system. Number 2. How do kids catch colds? A. Mucus droplets can spread a cold from one person to another. B. Touching your eyes, nose, or mouth after touching something with cold viruses can make you catch a cold. Number 3. What are the symptoms of a cold? A. Sore throat, a tickle in the throat. B. Sneezing or stuffy nose. C. Feeling very tired. And D. Mild fever, 37.2 degrees Celsius to 37.8 degrees Celsius. And body aches. And last, low appetite, not feeling hungry. Number 4, how can I feel better? A. Drink hot drinks and soup. B. Get a steamy shower or use a humidifier. C. Drink plenty of liquids. D. Blow your nose to get rid of mucus. And last, take a nap or go to bed earlier. Number 5, how can I avoid getting a cold? A. Wash your hands often. B. Be active. C. Avoid stress. And D. Eat a balanced diet. And last, get enough rest. So we're going to read another article about why do I need to wash my hands, written by Dr. Yamini Durrani, published at Nemours Kids Health website. Let's start. Why do I need to wash my hands? Did you wash your hands? How many times did you hear that today? Probably a lot. But why are adults so hung up on hand washing? Why are they so in love with lather? Here's the reason why. Why is hand washing so important? Washing your hands is the best way to stop germs from spreading. Think about of all the things that you touched today. From the telephone to the toilet, maybe you blew your nose in a tissue and then went outside to dig around the dirt. Whatever you did today, you came into contact with germs. It's easy for a germ on your hand to end up in your mouth. Think about how many foods you eat with your hands. You can't wear rubber gloves all day long, but you can wash your hands so those germs don't get a chance to make you or someone else sick. When should I wash my hands? When are the best times to wash your hands? First, when your hands are dirty. Second, before eating or touching food like you're helping cook or bake, for example. Third, after using the bathroom. Fourth, after blowing your nose or coughing. Fifth, after touching pets or other animals. Sixth, after playing outside. Seventh, before and after visiting a sick relative or friend. What was the best way to wash my hands? Now you have the when and the why of hand washing. But did you know that a lot of people don't know how to get their paws perfectly clean? The next time you're told to step up to the sink and scrub, remember these handy hints. Number 1, use warm or cold, not hot, water when you wash your hands. Second, use whatever soap you like. Some soaps come in cool shapes and colors or smell nice. But whatever kind gets you scrubbing is the kind you should use. Antibacterial soaps are okay to use, but regular soap works fine. Third, work up some lather on both sides of your hands. Front and back, your wrist and between your fingers. Don't forget to wash around your nails. This is one place germs like to hide. Wash your about 10 to 15 seconds, about how long it takes to sing happy birthday. Sing it quickly 2 times or just once if you go nice and slow. Here are the questions that we need to answer. Number 1, why is hand washing so important? Washing hands or washing your hands is the best way to stop germs from spreading. Number 2, When should you wash your hands? A. Wash your hands when your hands are dirty. B. Wash your hands before eating or touching food. C. Wash your hands after using the bathroom. D. Wash your hands after blowing your nose or coughing. E. Wash your hands after touching pets or animals. F. Wash your hands after playing outside. G. Wash your hands before and after visiting a sick relative or friend. Number 3. What is the best way to wash your hands? A. Use warm or cold water. B. Use whatever soap you like. C. Work up some lather on both sides of your hands and your wrist and between your fingers. D. Wash around your nails. And E. Wash for about 10 to 15 seconds, about how long it takes to sing happy birthday. F. Rinse and dry well into a clean towel. For learners' takeaways, ask the students to answer this question. First, what should one remember when reading for information? B. What will help us identify which information is important? Here's the reflection on learning. Ask the students to complete this exit slip form by answering the questions. First, what did we do this week for our English lesson? Second, what is important about what we did? Third, how well did I do? Fourth, how can I use what I learned in the future? For formative assessment, have the students work in a small group to create an informational poster. Second, examples shown in the lesson purpose activity can be revisited for models. The details in the information sheet can be used in designing the posters. And third, the posters may be displayed in the school or classroom bulletin boards for other students to read. In a digital form, the posters can be published in the school's online platform. A rubric or scoring guide can be adopted or created for this task. And that wraps up today's lesson. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you!